What's up, people? Orseofkorse here, coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today, we're going to be looking at my girl Shinbi. I'm going to go over the deck that I'm running for and give you an explanation of why I use the cards that I use. If you want to see it in action, come join me in a live stream and I'll make sure to play it for you. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to be running Growth and Knowledge for Shinbi, and we're going to go over why I think that's best. So for Shinbi, I only have 11 cards. You can put another card in there if you want just to make 12. But this is what I'm running so far. I go at Restorative Potion. I make sure to throw that in there. If you use it or not, it's really up to you. I always like having it when I run Intellect though, because you get 2 charges for 300 gold, and you gain 16 health regen and 13 mana regen for 10 seconds. I think that's a great card. I might not grab it first, but I'll definitely pick it up here and there periodically throughout the match, just because it gives you that extra sustain that allows you to stay out there and just gives you that little boost of mana when you need it. So I really like that card right there. Well, mana and health. Advanced Evolution. I like this card early on because it also gives you that sustain that you need to stay in lane. You gain 5 mana and 5% max health whenever you level up. So for like the first 8 to 10 levels, it's not really a bad card. Sometimes I don't keep it that long, but definitely early game is a pretty good card to keep you in the match. Exoskeleton. I think this card is great. Whenever I play heroes in the growth affinity, I usually throw this card on there. Even if I'm running carry, I'll throw it on there sometimes just because it helps with that sustain. The passive, you gain 30 health regen over 3 seconds after taking damage from an enemy hero. So it just gives you that extra survivability. So I really like that card right there, especially for Shinbi. If you combo that with her healing ability, um, Circle Rhythm, I believe is what it's called. It'll do. I mean, you can have some pretty good survivability. Now, Font of Experience, this is usually the card that I'll grab first. The reason I grab Font is because you gain the 4 experience every 10 seconds. This card right here usually allows you to get your ultimate before your counterpart, especially if they're not running Font of Experience. But it also just keeps you ahead of most of the enemies as well, except the solo laners, of course. So I really like that. Just Shinbi's already a tough hero, and then if she's like out leveling you as well, it makes her very hard to deal with. Late game, of course, you'll catch up, but the early and mid game, you're definitely going to struggle with Shinbi, especially if she's higher level than you. Mana Flow Alkalite. This card is pretty good. It gives you the 9 power, and then each time that you put a point into intellect, you gain mana and power. So very good card for Shinbi. You want to have that good mana pool. You want to have power, of course, because you want to be cutting down people. You are an assassin, technically. So I like this card for that. Are you going to keep it the whole game? Absolutely not. But early game, mid game, it's still a good card to have, and it'll give you that extra power, that extra mana. Helps you dominate the field a little bit. Now for end game, because this game is for late. Power tap. Permanently increase power by 15. Very good card. I put that on most of my casters. Just because if the game does go longer than you expect, you can start taking some of your gold and put it into power, and you can really start pulling away, even though the game has gone on longer than you thought it should. So very good card there. Growth Totem is another great card. This is one of the cards that I keep the whole match pretty much. As soon as you can grab it, grab it. This card right here, you gain 0.75 power and 20 max health every minute. This effect has no limit, and for every time you level up anything, any points, you go ahead and you reduce the cost of it by 500. So once you get 9 points, I say go ahead and snag it. Or even once you get 8 points, if you have 500 gold, go ahead and snag it. Because the sooner you can get it, the better. The more use you'll get out of it. So I like having that on Shinbi. Giving her that extra health and power just makes her even more of a nuisance to deal with, really. Now, Vital Waters. This is a card that is optional. It's up to you and how you want to play Shinbi. When you're trying to go a more tanky type of Shinbi, a Shinbi that's a little harder to take down, you can throw on Vital Water because she has her own healing already, um, which makes her hard to deal with. But if you throw this on there, you give her the extra health, you give her the extra regen, and then it boosts her healing by 10%. You can really get some good survivability with that. So Vital Waters is a great card if you want that survivability on top of what she already has, because she has a great escape, she has the regen already, but Vital Water just amplifies that. So good card for that. If you don't go Vital Waters though, we'll talk about Black Ice Routine once I get there. Atomic Soldier. This is a card that I usually will pick up. unless I go Black Ice Routine. But normally I'll go Atomic Soldier. This card gives you the 15 power and 145 mana, and then it boosts your ability damage by 10%. So basically, just flat damage boost. I think that's great. I put that on all my casters pretty much, and it's a great card for Shinbi. Now, if you want to play a little bit differently, you can go Growth Totem and then Black Ice Routine, and then into Malix Nasher. Now, Black Ice Routine, a lot of people I don't see use this on Shinbi, but I like it because it gives you the 17 power, which is great, 240 health, 140 mana. But the passive or the active of what I like, you deal 250 damage to nearby enemies and apply a 50% movement speed boost. So you dash up to the enemies, you go ahead, you hit them with your active, you hit them with your line tempo, and they can't go anywhere. They're just stuck in all that. Um, it does a lot of damage. So I like having that card in there for that reason. But that's up to you how you want to play Shinbi. And then we have Malix Nasher here. The 19 power, 140 max mana, and then 80 mana regen. This card right here is good because of the passive though. Ability hits on enemy hero increases your damage against that hero by 5% for 10 seconds. This effect stacks up to 8 times. So basically you can be doing 40% bonus damage to the enemy, which is ridiculous, right? And it lines up perfectly with your ultimate all kill because I think your stack still lasts for 10 seconds. I think I could be wrong on that, but my point is, you go in there, you hit them with line tempo a couple of times, hit them with circle rhythm, and then you throw your ult on them, and you're just dealing a ton of damage to them. So I think this card is a must-have for Shinbi. I always put this on my Shinbis. Now, Black Ice Routine and Vital Water are optional. You can play those if you want, but Atomic Soldier, Malix Nasher, and Growth Totem are a great ender type cards for Shinbi. So I definitely say go with those 3 cards if you want to really do some damage on the field. Now, as we go over to gems, I'm rocking most of the gems in intellect. I go with auto shield. I like auto shield because, like I say, it helps you with that survivability a little bit. You can also go to mana potion if you want. The cooldown one isn't terrible, but I think the auto shield gives you the best chance. It just allows you to be a little more aggressive, knowing that you're going to get that 100 health back or 100 shield. Deadly Mana. I go ahead and go with Deadly Mana. If you want to throw Thaumaturge, I think it's what it's called in the deck, it pairs well with Deadly Mana. But I just like having that deep mana pool. The only time that would be an issue, of course, is if you're going against a Bellica. But even with Bellica, you can still burst her down pretty good, too. Spellburn. I like this card because it pairs so well with Line Tempo. Back in the day, when Tainted Magic was still a thing, Line Tempo, Tainted Magic, devastate a player. Now, this isn't as potent as that, but it still allows you to get some good poke damage out. So I like Spellburn. Spell Shield, just because extra survivability, block those Gideon rocks, Chimera jumping on you, whoever. You know, you go ahead and you eat that. And then overpower spells, of course. Abilities deal 20% bonus damage and cost 30% more mana. Yes, more mana, but that 20% bonus damage on top of Nasher, you're going to be doing tons of damage. So it makes you very hard to deal with. Then the last card, I went with Quick Exit in the Vitality Tree, simply because it allows you to get back into the fight sooner. You can also go Healing Towers if you think you're going to be playing more passively as Shinbi. I don't play passive Shinbi, so I don't usually hide under tower. Like, if they push me hard enough to where I need to be under tower, I'm going to probably be moving on them, unless, like, I'm almost dead or something. So that's my logic for this build. If you like it, make sure to let me know down in the comments that you like it. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And also, let me know who's your favorite assassin right now. So we got Shinbi, we got Countess, we got Rev, Kalari. I guess you can say Chimera in a way. Richter. Who's your favorite assassin right now? I'm enjoying a lot of Chimera right now. Um, but yeah, tell me who you're liking. And in any case, people, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow with another deck build or live stream. This is Orseofkorse. Peace, 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 peace.